Guy, we were talking before, and you were talking about creating the images, and quite often you don't necessarily get what you have in mind. Might get something else totally different. Um, is the role of this also to sort of spark off new creative ideas in people? Go down a direction which you didn't think of. Uh, could this could it be used more in that way rather than to actually get what you have in your mind uh, uh, sort of reproduced?
I mean, from my perspective in the work that I do, that's what I use ChatGPT for. I use it to organize my thoughts, think about new areas to look at which I hadn't thought of previously, to suggest possibilities to me. I don't use it to try to answer factual questions. I use it to try to spark something off, particularly in creative work when you get those blockages and you don't, the writer's block or whatever you want to call it, where you can't get past a certain stumbling block. ChatGPT is a very good way of helping you to, get yourself organized, suggest new possibilities, and often comes up with better and certainly more efficient ways of describing processes than I would do naturally. So that's for me. I think it's a productivity aid in the areas of as I say professional services.
In your line, you've been dealing with a lot of big companies, and your area is in AI. What do companies that you work with expect to get from your services, and how do they hope that AI will improve their business?
Before I answer your question, I just wanted to say something top of what Guy said. So you were talking about the writer's block. So some time ago, we created an engine for AI lyrics engine for a website helping artists to create music, basically. And from the very beginning, the idea was to help them to get ideas, not to write the lyrics. So actually, we created this system in such a way that it suggests lots of phrases written in a different way using different keywords, not to give them the final solution, but to spark some ideas. And I think this was a great approach from the beginning, because no artist expects or wants a tool that gives him a solution. It gives just, if you cannot progress with your lyrics, you type something, you get the ideas, and you say, okay, this is my starting point, and then you build on top of it. And now,
Michael,
yes.
On that, how the ideas when it comes to lyrics and all, you don't necessarily want to follow a logical path. Sometimes you want to be off the wall, off the beaten track. Does it accommodate that?
Yes, it accommodates to that. But this is a game of inputs that you give to the model and the way how you train it. Basically, what we did, there were different stages of the project. In the very beginning, we tried to train our model on all the existing lyrics. It was creating quite a good quality lyrics, but it was not, I would say, very creative, because it was repeating some patterns. So you could divide it between, the type of artist, type of music, and so on. But finally, we introduced some, kind of a randomness or creativity or temperature in technical terms, which was, and the model finally was giving some very unusual ideas. And if you check it, if you are not an insider, if you are not an artist, if you check the results, you say, this is not relevant. Why do you use this word? And apparently these words were very useful, for example, for rappers, who not only do they use, unusual words in some contexts, but they also create new words. So even if there was a mistake or misspelling or something like this, it was even wanted by the users. So in technical terms, we decreased the performance of the model, But for the users, it was giving a better results because they were not expecting the final output, but just the ideas to become superhumans, I would say, to augment their work with the AI. And I think this is a very important point here. We are not talking, at least currently, about replacing human. We are talking about augmentation, work augmentation, that helps human to be faster, to have more ideas, to be more creative, and to perform a more complex task in a shorter time.
Yeah, is that what you teach students?
This is very new. So this is what we want to teach, at least. Like there was in education, of course, a huge debate around ChatGPT, because the first thing was, actually, of course, a student can use it to write their homework, their essays, and it's going to be terrible. But on the other hand, our job is not to tell students don't use ChatGPT. Our job is to help them, to prepare their future careers, and they will have to use these tools. And on this, I totally agree with Guy. Actually, we have to teach them how to use ChatGPT or all these tools in a proper way. Actually, that would be held for productivity, for example. And to tell them what they can do with it, how they can use it best, because actually sometimes you don't exactly get what you expect from ChatGPT. You have already some people training other people to use it, how to phrase your question in a specific way so that you have the expecting result, etc. So we should definitely teach them how it works, how to use it, and how to make a good use of it. I totally agree with this. Yeah.